I've made almost twice my record month. It's absolutely crazy, man. Made $28,000 Canadian last month, and I'm on pace to do 25 this month. Like I can't even fathom the money I'm making right now.
Oh,
It's fucking ridiculous, bro. And I invested with you in the next month. I made 17K to 28. So yeah,
nice
that's
work.
crazy. I just have those moments of realization where I can't even fathom that this is my life now. I couldn't even tell you the emotion I feel. This just shows proof that I am that guy. And all this wouldn't have happened if I hadn't invested in myself and I wouldn't have taken the risk. So it feels great reinforcing the identity I keep trying to label myself as. It just gives me proof experience. Yeah. I remember you roasted me on one of my calls and it really helped, genuinely. Yeah, it made me realize that you're not gonna be the one that's gonna push over something. You're gonna call it out and you're gonna make sure I understand why you do. The confidence you have on the other side of the call, and I've had since working with you. Now that I realize it's pretty crazy, but I've had like 5 clients telling me you're a very confident guy. I've never had more than 10K in my bank account my whole life, man.
10K in your
Never.
bank account, and we've made 4x that plus in the last 2 months.
Yeah, actually, even more than 4x. 28 this last month, and I'm gonna make like 25 this month. I'm at 22 right now. I cannot stress enough, take action. That's the only thing I would say, man. It's not easy, it is scary, but that's literally the thresholds, the line in the sand that differentiates people who actually make it and people that say they want to make it.
Money Morgan on the scene. To start, just give everybody a little bit of background on yourself so they can get a bit of an idea of who you are, your history in the space, and things of that nature.
Well, I don't necessarily have that much of a background in the space. I'd done setting for 9 months prior to jumping into closing. Started closing 3 months and a half ago. Well, I mean, I started closing the next month I started closing. I literally just hopped with you, and then it's been going crazy since. I'm a guy that does sports. I do MMA. I'm in the army also. I was in the army. And yeah, I'm just a guy looking for personal development.
What
Yeah.
was it that actually caused you to originally start working with myself?
It was congruency. I realized that I was asking clients to pay $12,000, $25,000, and I never really invested in myself. The most I invested in myself was like $2,000 for mentorship. I was like, it's scary. And I saw you posting content online. You were very direct, very congruent, very decisive, and it was like very blunt also. And I was like, if there's a mentoring I need to go for, it's this guy. So at the end of the day, I was like, I need to choose a mentoring. I need to go for it and fucking done it. Stay congruent with myself, even though it's scary as shit.
I mean, how long's it been now that we've been working together total, do you know?
It's been 2 months, 2 months and a half.
So over the last 2.5 months since you've started working with me, what wins have we had?
It's been fucking nuts. I've made almost twice my record month. It's absolutely crazy, man. Like, bro, made $28,000 Canadian last month, and I'm on pace to do 25 this month. Like, I can't even fathom the money I'm making right now.
Oh,
It's fucking ridiculous, bro. I was a setter for 9 months, and I made 3K, 4K, 5K, 4K, 3K, 4K, 5K. Then just out of the blue, decided, fuck it, I'm gonna take a closing call. Closers weren't free. I said, hey, I'm gonna take it. Closed it on the first try, first closing call ever. Never role played. Just fucking watched some closing calls, and then decided I made 17K my first setting to closing month. Then I was like, I need to put myself in the best possible position, best possible shoes to. And then I invested with you. In the next month, I made 17K to 28. So yeah,
nice
that's
work.
crazy.
How does it feel to say out loud and actually
It
put it
feels
back a
crazy,
little?
man. I like sometimes I just wake up. I just have those moments of realization where I can't even fathom that this is my life now. I couldn't even tell you the emotion I feel.
This is like such a heartfelt moment for myself because I worked so hard to be able to build myself up to the point at which people would put their trust in me to get them to the life that they want to live. And that's not an
Yeah,
easy thing to do. You know,
it is not.
we live across the world. I'm in a completely different country. We would have never connected if I hadn't put my heart and soul into building myself up to the point where I could then market myself, get you involved. So being able to witness, as you say there, somebody go from a past identity into a new identity and like really truly embody and succeed at everything they set their mind to, like means the fucking world to me, brother. So congratulations.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
How
Yeah,
has
it's
it felt
ridiculous.
going from the past version of Morgan, the guy you were before you joined, to now being A guy who's cracking 28,000, 25,000, pushing for that $30,000 mark?
It feels absolutely great, bro. Because I feel like every guy has limiting belief. Every salesperson has that little fear goblin telling you like you won't succeed, you're not able to do it, you're not that guy. And this just shows proof that I am that guy. And all this wouldn't have happened if I hadn't invested in myself and I wouldn't take the risk. So it feels great reinforcing the identity I keep trying to label myself as. It just gives me proof, experience. Yeah.
Nice. How has what I've done specifically actually contributed to you hitting those figures and getting to where you are now?
It's in some way it's crazy, but I feel as though like 50% of what you've done is just coaching me mentally. The talks we've had with the struggles I've dealt with regarding losses, regarding mindset with the sales game. I don't necessarily have a mentor who does relate to what I'm going through, and just having a closer who's doing what I'm aspiring to do, help me out, coach me, mentor me on that psychological side of things really does help. But there's also the sales aspect of it. I feel like, as I said earlier, you're a very direct guy, and a lot of coaches where I'm from aren't very direct, not very transparent. And when you do something that don't make sense, they don't necessarily call you out on it. So I remember you roasted me on one of my calls, and it really helped, genuinely. Yeah, it made me realize that you're not going to be the one that's going to push over something. You're going to call it out and you're going to make sure I understand why you do.
In regard to that, having somebody to hold your feet to the fire and dive into that identity work, you hear a lot of guys in the closing space who fixate on the framework, the script. They just want to get into the meat and potatoes of that. What would you say to a closer who's like, identity work? Like, that's just some bluff. That's some woo-woo.
The reason people buy isn't because of the script, isn't because of the great questions you ask. It's because of the guy that's in front of them. It's because of the confidence they have in you, in the way you present yourself, the way you are direct, the way you're transparent, the way you're congruent. It just shows. They can feel it, the confidence you have on the other side of the call. And I've had, since working with you, now that I realize it's pretty crazy, but I've had like 5 clients telling me, you're a very confident guy. Like for some reason or not, like what made you buy today or whatever, like in French. And it's like, yeah, you seem confident in what you know. And it's all about this. It's literally about identity, how you show up on the call and the energy you bring.
That presence that you're now holding on your calls, how would you best describe how different it is compared to only maybe 3 months ago when you were first jumping into the closing space?
I'm much more aware of the impact it has. And the way I live my life currently and the way the whole mentorship is done, it's not necessarily only revolved around sales training, but fucking you training. Like it's revolved around getting better yourself. And I mean, I don't know if you can see it, but I have a nice little dashboard here, and I just keep track of how I eat, how I train, how I sleep, supplements I take, what time I wake up, what time I sleep at, like the actions I take during the day. I'm much more aware. The word is aware of the impact it has, and so I take it much more seriously. In which case, before I didn't even think. I was like, I need to ask great questions. I need to be super direct. I need to be reading the script perfectly. And I just realized it's not that much important when I started working with you. Yeah.
Outside of myself, how has being a part of our brotherhood helped you and being inside the community in and of itself around the other guys?
It's fun. It is fun to have to know that people are going to support you rather than just either pull you down or just not give a shit about what you're accomplishing. Because a lot of people act that way in my entourage. To have some people that are going to support you, whatever happens, it's fun and it's comforting.
Yeah, comforting.
Comforting.
Speaking of which, because this is quite a unique scenario, and now obviously I have Jeremy and Amir, a couple other guys joining who don't sell in English. How
Yeah.
difficult or how easy has it been for us to review your calls, get you where you need to be, even though we've been running your calls in French?
Yeah, I was scared. That's one of the reasons I didn't buy another mentorship before. There's no way it's actually going to work because like, how could he translate a fucking sales call an hour and a half in French and help me? Bro, it's been the easiest thing. It's crazy. Like, it doesn't even matter. It could be fucking Russian. It'd be great.
When it comes to the journey you've been on, it's not been easy. Tell them a little bit about the ups and the downs and the work ethic and discipline you've had to have to get to 30K a month as a closer in the space of 2 to 3 months?
I hate to say I've had it hard because I mean I feel like some people have it way harder. At the end of the day, I'm so fucking blessed to be able to make money from my apartment with food next to me and my laptop. But in the last few months, it's been hard. I've been with a girlfriend for the last 2 years, and we broke up. We broke up, and it's been hard to keep the mindset, to keep the identity, because all of those things happening, you do have an identity that's stable, but it's weird. But it's like all of those little things happening, it's like if they're jabbing you, they're like giving you crosses, they're trying to disturb the inner peace, disturb the guy you are, and you have to not let it impact who you are within in order to keep closing. And since I haven't had experience with that prior, it felt so easy for me to get unbalanced and to get affected by it. The hardest challenge for me was really, 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 really just being constant and not letting my entourage, my environment, and affect the decision and how I acted day on day on and day out.
What would you say then to a closer that's currently sat on the fence about joining our community and taking that step for themselves that you had to take?
Stop being a bitch, man. Straight up, like, stop being a pussy. Fucking bye, bro. Like, you cannot ask someone to do something you're not willing to do. Yeah.
What enabled you to overcome that initial fear and put a high ticket investment into yourself when you used to be in that position yourself?
I'm a very radical guy, so unfortunately, I don't necessarily have a great answer. I just fucking did. It was scary. Felt like backing out. I've tried to find ways in my head not to do it. It's like I don't have money, and fucking bought in crypto and lost money in crypto to get in. So I mean, fucking do it. Like, yeah. There's unfortunately some people are just never gonna take action, always gonna procrastinate. And at the end of the day, man, more money for me. So
I remember when we first spoke, you mentioned getting yourself to 20K a month, and you
yeah.
were like, man, I really want to be able to hit that, but like I'm not sure how foreseeable it is. The moment that you said, I don't necessarily have the money to afford this, but I'm going to sell my cryptocurrency, and then we need to figure out a way for me to transfer it into your crypto wallet, I knew you were going to hit that 20K a month and more, because
Yeah.
that just demonstrated such a level of determination and grit that you were willing to
Yeah.
become resourceful enough to do anything it took to accomplish your aims. There is no feasible reality in which that doesn't transfer into success in your career.
Yeah. I could have said no. I could have actually just man, fuck off. Like I'll just talk with my bank. I'm not selling my crypto and never come back on the call again. Like I could have done that. There's a world where that could have happened. Decided not to, and that decision led to me making 30K a month next fucking month for sure. Like,
if you could give a closer in the space one piece of advice that you wish someone had given you sooner, what would that be?
Closing is more about having an honest and direct and transparent discussion with someone than following a script. Because I realized that a lot of people, and myself included, used to rely on a script, and it takes the human interaction out of the equation when it feels like people sense that you're not being genuine. So be genuine, care, like actually care for them. It's going to show, they're going to trust you more. And the only way to truly close/help someone is to care for them.
How would you say our specific methodology that we use when it comes to our sales calls ties into that?
I would say it all comes down to the identity part, because the best way to show up for your job is to show up for yourself, show up for the identity, for the guy you want to become. And by showing up for yourself, you're showing up for your client, telling them and showing them by actions you take for yourself. They don't necessarily know, but they see the guy you are. They see how confident you are. So by showing up for yourself, you're showing up for them.
Have you got any final words that you'd want to leave somebody with, or have you summarized it quite well there?
I cannot stress enough, take action. That's the only thing I would say, man. It's not easy, it is scary, but that's literally the thresholds, the line in the sand that differentiates people who actually make it and people that say they want to make it. I've never had more than 10K in my bank account my whole life, man.
10K in your bank account, and we've made 4x that plus in the last 2 months.
Yeah, actually, even more than 4x. 28 this last month, and I'm gonna make like 25 this month. I'm at 22 right now.
Amazing. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thanks very much for taking the time. You've absolutely crushed it since being on board, and I sincerely hope that any of the lads listening take your advice to heart, because if you're a testament as to what's right around the corner that's possible within a matter of a couple of months, I don't know what
Yeah.
is.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
More and more results to come. Let's continue scaling exponentially as the months go on. And who knows, we might be filming another testimonial in a month's time with 30
we
plus,
might.
40 plus. We'll see where we can take
The next
it.
step is 40. The next step is 40. Like 30
There
is
we
fucking
go.
bullshit.
Yeah.
Like it's done. Like in my head, it's done. 30's done.
Continue crushing, keep pushing forward, and I'll catch you later. Peace.